Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the Agent Evolution Show. So today what I'd like to talk with you about is your self-esteem and accountability. So if you watched last week's video, I talked a little bit about some notices that I had, some shortcomings where I didn't really have a lot of focus and a plan of action, a strategy to accomplish what I set out to accomplish. And so part of that video was sitting down and getting intentional about what are the action items that I need to participate in order to accomplish my desired result. And just to give you an update, this last week, in being super intentional with those activities, I did not hit 100% of my goal. I was about 75-80%. However, one of the amazing things, a few of the amazing things that I realized through this process was just having the intention and the focus. I was much more on it with my activities. They were top of mind. And so I got to start thinking about accountability. And there's so much talk about when it comes to exercise or your business, you should have an accountability partner. And while there's some truth to that, I wanted to kind of dive a little deeper into this accountability topic. What I come to realize is this: you can have somebody that holds you accountable, meaning you check in with your buddy and let them know where you're at. And the value in that is to basically save face, right? Like, you're gonna do your activities so that you don't look bad to your accountability partner. And that kind of seems to be one of the driving forces to make sure you get your stuff done, is so that you don't look bad to your accountability partner. Now listen, that's a way and that works. However, here's what I realized this last week for me, and this is just my opinion. What I realized is that my self-esteem is way more important than being accountable to somebody else. Let me elaborate a little bit on that. What I mean is this: when I said I was going to do X, Y, and Z, at the end of the day, if I didn't get that stuff done, who would I really have to answer to if I don't have an accountability partner? I have to answer to me. I have to look myself in the mirror. I got to be honest with myself and authentic and say, why didn't I get it done? And have that conversation. And at the end of that conversation, it leaves me with a sensation, some emotions on how do I feel about myself. So for me, what works better is holding myself accountable to me and my self-esteem, because that matters more than my looking good program of, I need so-and-so to like me so that I feel better about myself, i.e. an accountability partner. At the end of the day, I gotta look myself in the mirror, and I gotta be honest and say, am I proud of me today? Did I own up to my abilities? Did I give it my all? Did I give it my best? And if the answer is no, does it really matter if you have an accountability partner or not? Because at the end of the day, how do you feel about yourself? For me, that's what matters most. So when I know how to give it my absolute best, even if I didn't hit 100% of my goal, I can rest easy at night with myself, knowing that my self-esteem is intact. Now, there's something to be said about doing whatever it takes to get things done, right? I'm a firm believer that this thing called life is a game of and. You can have this and that. You can do this and that if you're committed. So, my results this last week were amazing and fantastic beyond even my expectations, yet I didn't hit 100% of my activity goal. But I know that I did my absolute best. I gave it my all, and the results are there to back it up. So maybe I set my activities a little too high. But another gem was I was able to track my activities and my time and notice where am I getting my biggest and best results. So some of the things that I didn't hit 100% of what I set out to do, even that 80% that I got done gave me 100% of my results for the week. And there was some activities that I did get 100% done that yielded no desired results. So now I have the opportunity to look at that data and say, well, if this activity here is not giving the results I seek, let me take the time and energy away from that and plug it in over here that I was only able to give 80%, where I got a bunch of results. Let me plug that time and effort into that so that I can create the results that I really want. So this was all just kind of unscripted, off the cuff, shooting from the hip, but I wanted to express this on what I experienced in hopes that it may help somebody else out there who's looking to get some focus. So again, what does your self-esteem have to say about you? For me, that's the most important thing. If I feel good about myself, that I did my absolute best, I give it my all, and I produced the desired results, at the end of the day, I don't need to answer to anybody else other than me and my self-esteem. When that's intact, I'm on fire. When it's not and I don't feel good about myself, then I'm gonna have to answer to somebody else. So, who do you want to answer to? The person in the mirror or a buddy over here who you want to look good to? Just some food for thought, something to think about. Thanks so much for watching. Make it a great day.